Where's the teleprompter?
She's not here.
Sir.
Okay, we are rolling less than 10 seconds. Your phone is showing.
Take off the phone. We're
Okay, roll it. Coming to you. You're on air.
Hello and welcome to News on NTA International. I am Dennis Adibanlu. The headlines.
Play. Read.
President Tinubu swears in new chairman of Nigeria Law Reform Commission.
Read.
Federal government commits to inclusive dialogue to boost Nigeria's steel industry at 2025 National Steel Summit.
Read.
And countdown to Trump and Putin Alaska summit generates interest and debates across the world.
Coming to you. You're on air.
The Federal Executive Council has commenced processes towards fast-tracking improvements in the power supply situation across the country, with approvals on procurement and debt servicing processes. This was one of the major decisions at the Council's meeting on Wednesday. State House correspondent Musbao Damha reports on this and other decisions of the Council.
Play.
The Federal Executive Council this day recorded notably low number of memos, but with significant outcomes. Far-reaching as they come, with President Bola Tinubu himself taking the floor to update his foot soldiers on the indices for social and economic progresses. He recommitted to building the proposed 1 trillion naira economy by 2030. But on these, he wants ministries, departments and agencies' dedication to optimizing public savings and spending efficiencies. The president also announced the cooperation elicited from the sub-nationals on the renewed Hope World-Based Development Program.
And that collaboration is going to be key in the world-based initiative across 8,809 wards to provide, in all the 774 local governments, to provide funding, support, and facilitation to thousands of economically active individuals at the grassroots in each ward. This is a way of addressing poverty and ensuring, as Mr. President has promised, that no Nigerian will be left behind. So it's a collaboration between the federal, the states, and the local governments prioritizing productivity-enhancing investments.
The coordinating minister got approval to commence a phased plan for the refinancing of the electricity sector outstanding obligation of 4 trillion naira. 3 of the memos approved for the Power Ministry are for the procurement of various grades of power transformers to replace the dilapidated ones across the national grid. The 14 transformers procurement will cost the government more than $34 million.
If this is done, it will not only enhance power supply, but to also relieve overloaded power transformers that is operating across the national grid. And this will also enable us to cope with the increased wheeling capacity of the national grid. The national grid is over 50 years old, and we know that a lot of the power transformers, the cables, they are old, they are weak, so there is the necessity for us to regularly maintain the grid and replace all these old and dilapidated infrastructure.
Another memo approved for the ministry is for the disbursement of compensation for the right-of-way for the Lagos Ogun Industrial Hub Transmission Project. The project is being financed with a $238 million development loan from the Japanese government. The council equally approved commencement of a new policy towards strengthening tertiary education institutions in the country with approval of a 7-year moratorium for establishment of new federal tertiary institutions.
The FEC decision today is the most pragmatic and the best for our educational system, for our tertiary educational system, so that we can sustain the respect that the world has for us. We can now begin to mobilize resources to improve infrastructures, both manpower and physical infrastructures, in the current institutions that we have as a federal government. If we do this, we'll also expand, we'll be able to improve quality of education, and more importantly, increase the carrying capacities of these universities, of these polytechnics and colleges of education. There's several.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Transportation got approval for the construction of bus terminals, one in each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, with consideration for economic viability of the locations. From the State House, Muspa Nwaha, NC News.
You're on air.
President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Professor Clement Dacus as the new chairman of the Nigeria Law Reform Commission. President Tinubu led the short ceremony before the commencement of the Federal Executive Council meeting on Wednesday. The president also swore in Uchenna Eugene as a commissioner in the same commission. The new chairman, Professor Dacus, promises to launch an immediate process to update some outdated laws in the country.
We will work with the National Assembly at this initial stage in the context of the ongoing constitutional review exercise, and we will also be deliberate about identifying and proposing for reform some of the very obsolete laws that we have. It will interest you to know that quite a number of our laws date back to colonial era, and very many of them are still on the statute books. Many of them are not fit for purpose, and I'm confident that working with the National Assembly and the executive, we will advance the law reform agenda in this country in a manner that inspires confidence in Nigerians and other stakeholders.
Read.
State House correspondent Musbao Damahab reports that the council members also observed a minute's silence in honor of two-time member Adu Ogbe, who passed away last week.
May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Read.
Late Adu Ogbe was a minister for communication under the Shehu Shagari administration and also served as agriculture minister under the first term of late President Muhammadu Buhari.
Coming to you. You're on air.
In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has approved the renewal of Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa's appointment as Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission and HYPEDEC for a second and final term of 4 years. This appointment aligns with Section 93 of the Electricity Act 2023. The President has charged Yelwa to build on the Commission's achievements and bring even greater innovation and dedication to its mandate.
Coming to you. You're on air.
And President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja on Thursday, August 14th, for a two-nation trip to Japan and Brazil. The President will stop over in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, before proceeding to Japan. In Japan, President Tinubu will attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development in the city of Yokohama from August 20th to 22nd. With the theme, Co-Create Innovative Solutions with Africa, the conference will focus on Africa's economic transformation and improvements in the business environment and institutions through private investment and innovation. It will also promote a resilient and sustainable African society for human security, peace and stability. In addition to attending plenary sessions on themes linked to the conference, the Nigerian president will hold bilateral meetings and meet the chief executive officers of some Japanese companies with investments in Nigeria. At the end of the conference, President Tinubu will leave for the capital of Brazil, Brasilia, on a 2-day visit from Sunday, August 24th to Monday, August 25th. This follows an invitation by Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. While in Brazil, President Tinubu will hold a bilateral meeting with his host and attend a business forum with Brazilian investors.